Welcome, dear hearts. In this lesson, we are going to discuss Intro to Cacao. So why did I choose the plant medicine of cacao to be working with? And why do so many healers choose cacao? Well, one, cacao is a beautiful heart opener. She is gentle. She is not a psychedelic. She is a psychoactive. So she will help make new connections in your brain. Some people say that because she's not a psychedelic, that you won't receive any visions. I will say that visions are absolutely possible, but everything that happens with the help and the assistance of Mama Cacao is in your control. Mama Cacao, Grandmother Cacao, the beautiful feminine spirit of cacao, she is called many things, and she is here to assist you in a gentle, loving manner. And even though she is a heart opener, it doesn't mean that you'll only receive peace, love, light, joy when working with her. Sometimes she will invite you to open the door of sorrow, sadness, grief, anger. There are many journeys she can take you on. She's very good at helping you have the exact journey that you need, especially if you set the intention for receiving that. Whatever you're meant to receive, to being open, to having no expectations, and letting her take you exactly where she is meant to. So I want to talk about a few things. One is the difference between cacao and cacao ceremonies. So cacao and would be cacao and kirtan, cacao and ecstatic dance, cacao and sound baths, cacao and breath work. And there's many other cacao and tantra, many other things that can be beautiful. Even cacao and yoga I've been to. So there's many beautiful things that cacao can assist you on the path and the journey for. And there's also ceremonies that are just for cacao. And what we're going to be doing on this journey together, the cacao ceremonies that I bring to you, are just cacao ceremonies, where we're connecting with this incredible plant medicine. And that is the primary thing that's happening, the primary goal of you, your feelings, your emotions, God, whatever you call it, spirit, source, connecting deeply, where you can receive exactly what it is that you are meant to receive. Uploads, knowings, downloads, upgrades. There's so many beautiful things, insights, knowings. All of it is available to you if you are open for it. And also, I want to let you know there is a difference between chocolate, cocoa powder, and cacao. And I didn't know what the difference was until not too long ago, 2 or so years ago. So cacao, especially the cacao I've sent you the good stuff. Kiss cacao, which is ceremonial grade cacao, which is from the criollo cacao beans, which is a particular variety of cacao tree. To make that beautiful bar that I've sent to you, 1 pound bar, is from 1.5 trees of criollo variety cacao trees. And what's so special about this particular variety, this particular type of tree, this has been the tree for thousands of years that has been known to be used by shamans. And one of the greatest things about it is it has incredibly low caffeine, 40 to 100 times less caffeine than other brands also claiming to be ceremonial grade. And what's so wonderful about this is you can go deep into your process. You can also use this cacao, because it's so pure and so clean and so minimally processed, you can use it even as a sleeping aid. And the dosage for that is mentioned on the cacao info sheet. And the difference between this and cocoa powder is cacao has all of the fat in it. So by weight, by volume, it's 50% fat. Whereas in powdered cocoa powder, it's not like that. There's usually 10% or less of fat. Same with chocolate bars, much less fat. And a lot of times they actually remove out the natural fats, the cocoa butter that's inside of cacao. They remove it to be used for other things because it's expensive to use for things like cosmetic products. And instead they put in other types of oils like partially hydrogenated oils, so things that are not as good for you. So this is pure from the source, very minimally processed. Also, cocoa powder and chocolate is highly processed, and it's been so processed. Not only did they add things that aren't so great for you, also they processed it at such a high temperature that all of the good benefits and all of the beautiful, healthy things about it are stripped out. So cacao is a superfood, which is so beautiful. And not only is it a superfood, it is the superfoodest of all the superfoods. And please read the cacao info sheet all the way through. I'd really like you to. Here it talks a lot more about the beautiful health benefits and what are the exact properties of cacao that makes it such an amazing, incredible superfood. More antioxidants than blueberries. It has things like the bliss molecule, and so many beautiful things that will help you feel your best, both physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of it, all of it. So it's an incredibly beautiful plant medicine. So now let's talk about setting the stage for your cacao ceremonies that we have together. Please be sure to be in a space that is comfortable to you and feels sacred. So whether this be outside somewhere in nature, whether this be next to your altar, wherever feels beautiful and sacred and private for you to have this time to yourself. Also, please be sure to bring lots of blankets and cushions and pillows so that you can get as comfortable as possible. Sometimes you may feel like you want to lay down. Other times you may feel like you want to sit up in a meditation pose. Whatever's most comfortable for you, having everything you need. You may even want an eye mask. All of it is perfectly acceptable. And we will be spending about 30 minutes together. And then the rest of the ceremony, I'm asking that you do what's right for you in the moment, which may change from ceremony to ceremony. So that may look like you choosing to play music, play an instrument, sing, dance, relax, lay there, receive, meditate. All of it is perfect, and each and every time you may choose something different. And also be sure at the end of each cacao ceremony to check out the journal prompts and see if anything came up for you during the ceremony. So I'll be spending, as I said, about the first half hour with you, and then I want you to spend a minimum of a half hour more, up to 3 hours total, on your own, allowing this to integrate, allowing it to go further, allowing it to go deeper into the exact journey and the exact experience that you need on that day. Remembering there is no right or wrong. It can be incredibly joyful. It can be sad. It can be deep, consciousness. It could be receiving insights, trusting and knowing that it will always be what you need it to be. Cacao takes about 20 to 30 minutes to sink into your system. So knowing that and having that in mind, you may choose to drink your cacao before the ceremonies. As you'll see in the ceremonies, and most of them I've already drank most of my cacao or some of my cacao already, so that I could already be connected with that beautiful spirit and energy of Mama Cacao. So do what feels right for you. You can drink it all when we're together, or you can drink it in advance. And I want to refer you again to the cacao info sheet, as there's so much important information on there, including dosages, what exactly would be the right dosage for you for many different things, for different physical things that you're working on or taking care of, as well as the ceremonial dosage, which will be what you'll be drinking for cacao ceremonies, which is just about the right dose for most people. You'll listen to your body, so feel free to adjust it if you need to adjust that dosage. And another thing it mentions in the cacao info sheet is how to make your perfect cup of cacao. And there's really no right or wrong way, but it's got some helpful tips in there. It also has some important information about precautions. So I'm going to tell you a couple things right now that you might want to know about. If you're on a very high dosage of SSRIs, which would be an antipsychotic or an antidepressant, but specifically of the SSRI variety, if you're on an extremely high dosage of that, after about 3 hours, if you drink a full ceremonial dose, you will receive a headache so bad, migraine so bad, that it will probably send you to the hospital. You will be okay, but it will be a lot of pain. If that is the case, a half dosage or a quarter dosage is appropriate for you. Always listening to your body and what's right for you. Another thing to keep in mind is overdose can happen with cacao. I've done it. Don't worry, you can't die. But if you overdose on cacao, you will have a terrible headache, or you could throw up, and it is just unpleasant. So to avoid this, please drink no more than a ceremonial dose in a 5-hour period. After the 5-hour period, the cacao has made it out of your system, and you can drink more if you want more after that. So please be aware of that. That's one of the benefits of us measuring it. In the ceremonies I go to, we measure it out. I've been to many events where they don't measure it, which is how I've ended up having an overdose before. So also listen to your body. You can even talk to the spirit of cacao. If you're somewhere where they haven't told you what the dosage is, you can ask, can I take more? Mama Cacao, can I have more? And listen for the answer. And sometimes I've been having a physical ailment, and I've asked her, can I drink you today? And sometimes she said no. So if that's the case, you can have a cacao bean or something else, and you can just connect with the energy of that. Or even just hold the cacao to your heart and not drink it and still receive the benefits. Mama Cacao is still here for you and available to you, even if you're not ingesting her. One other precaution before I forget is that cacao is toxic to certain pets. So cacao is toxic to dogs, to cats, to horses, and to parrots. The good news is they don't tend to go for cacao because it's not interesting to them, though I would still suggest keeping it away from them. And other things it talks about on the cacao info sheet is a little bit of history, my own personal history with it, which cacao has actually changed my life. And where I received the message that I was meant to be a healer was actually in a cacao ceremony, where I heard the message, you You are meant to be a healer. She's changed my life in so many ways. She's brought so many beautiful insights and knowings over the years. So a couple more things. During the cacao ceremonies, remain open to receiving. Stay away from any expectations. You may set intentions, but remain open for whatever experience is meant to happen for you that day. Whether that be emotions, deeper states of consciousness, silliness, dancing. I mean, there's so many beautiful experiences that can happen to you. Listen to you, listen to your body, listen to your knowing, your guides, your intuition on what exactly you need that day. And feel free to experiment with the different dosages mentioned in the cacao info sheet so that you can try cacao for all types of different health and emotional things that you may be working on. And you can feel free to share it with your family and friends as well. I've been recently getting my parents into it and being very excited about that because of all the health benefits. And additionally, if you find yourself really thoroughly enjoying our ceremonies together, and after you would like to continue to work with cacao together, we can do that. We can have one-on-one ceremonies. I would be so blessed and honored to do that with you if you find yourself interested. Thank you for being here with me, my lovelies. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.